Godzilla. Let them fight.
You can.
Alright, Godzilla. Godzilla is directed by Gareth Edwards, and it's one of the most anticipated summer blockbusters of the year. Aaron Taylor Johnson plays the lead, and Bryan Cranston also has a small role in this movie. And Elizabeth Olsen plays Aaron Taylor Johnson's wife, again, small role. This movie really focuses on Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's the guy we follow throughout the film. And we really don't get introduced to any monster for about the first 45 minutes. It's really just a setup of how we got here. And that part actually intrigued me for the most part. I was actually compelled. I was like, okay, I understand this is the human side of the story. We're going to get a lot of that. At least make it interesting. It was for the first part, I thought, for me. What did you think of the first half of Godzilla?
Yeah, there's a lot of waiting in this movie to see what was going to happen next, but it kept me interested. It definitely didn't bore me. I was interested in seeing that story and seeing Bryan Cranston's character kind of develop, and then showing his son later on. And I thought it was decent, and I liked that part. But obviously, we wanted to see this movie because we wanted to see some giant monsters.
You came to the movie for Godzilla. You came to see him blow crap up and fight the other monsters. That's what we came for, and you do get that for a limited time only. This movie is really about the human element aside and what the humans are trying to do. And that was one of my problems with this movie, even though I liked the first half of it. But then once you got into the middle part, their story it got boring.
Yeah, it basically turned into kind of a, humans can't stop the monsters thing. And it seemed like, whenever they try to stop them, I mean, that's kind of what you expect, but it was kind of like they were almost too helpless in some ways, and it was disastrous. So
yeah, every time they went somewhere to have a plan, the monsters always cut them off. And there were a couple of scenes of that. And then every time you were going to have the monsters fight, and I was like, yes, here we go, it cut away. The movie cut away at least twice on me, and it just left me like, no, we have to sit through 20 minutes of talking. No.
Now, I will tell you a funny story. During the movie, I started to almost doze off because I started to get tired, and
to a later screen,
right away I got woken up from big old Godzilla's roar, and that's when the thing started to really pick up for me, and the fighting happened, and that's really where the movie was made. We were kind of waiting, we kind of waited to set up, it was decent there, it was just kind of a bumpy ride until that end part when you came out of the theater, and that's the main thing that you talked about.
Yeah, that's what we were waiting for. The last 45 to half hour of this movie were just what you wanted the whole movie to be. Now to some of the cons. Aaron Taylor Johnson. I don't know if he wasn't acting in this movie for me, honestly. Anytime anything happened to him, he sees people dying, monsters come at him, straight face the whole time. I was like, you're the lead of Godzilla, the movie possibly of the summer, and you're not even showing any emotion. I mean, did you think he did a good job? Because I was just confused as to what he was trying to portray. I know he's a soldier, but...
Yeah, the thing I didn't like in this movie was kind of that middle, kind of bumpy part that just was kind of boring almost, and it didn't really pick up. The ending was really good, though, with the big battle, and, parts of the beginning was interesting in the setup. And those two parts, I think that really made the movie. I think you end on a high note. You started on kind of that perfect setting up mode. I thought it was a good moment. I think this middle could have been stronger. That's about it.
Yeah, there's not much to complain about, but they're pretty big overall. There's only a couple things, but they make a big difference in how you view a movie. And so overall with Godzilla, again, the last 20 minutes, I loved it. It made the movie for me. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7.5 out of 10 because I did love the action. The middle got boring, that's what brought it down, but overall it was a pretty good movie. Yeah,
it's a really good movie. I think that Godzilla, if you're a fan of Godzilla, I think it's a good movie to see. I think it's a decent, very good Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to give it...
Better than 1998.
Agreed. And so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a good, solid movie. Kind of a good way in this kind of start of summer movies. And I think it's worth a shot to see it. So
yeah, thanks for watching. Comment, let us know. Did you like Godzilla? A lot of people are liking it. We're probably a little less than others, but we did really enjoy Godzilla. So make sure to comment and like this video. JnJreviews, signing out.